What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of the Got Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin. My co-host, Dono, on the other side. We got Adam Flanagan in today. We're going to talk about some NBA stuff today, some current topics and whatnot. We'll be talking about, it's only been a week, but early season disappointments and early season standouts. So make sure you guys comment in the comment section, subscribe, and all of that stuff, and enjoy the intro.
You ready to play, boy?
Yo, turn it up, Slack. I can't hear nothing.
It's only been a week, but Bradley Beal for MVP, man. He's averaging 33 points a game, top 3 in the league in scoring, and he's just that dude. He's that guy. He's just gonna keep ascending. As long as Russell Westbrook don't hold him back, Bradley Beal for MVP, All NBA, all that good stuff.
Right. So, do you think that 0-3 record is gonna have anything to do with that MVP though?
I mean, it's early. It's still a lot of game left to be played. I think they play Chicago tonight, so if they can't beat Chicago, who's 0-3, then that'll kind of tell me how the season's gonna go.
If they lose tonight, you gonna lose that MVP thing?
I'll probably give one more game, maybe two.
Is Westbrook back tonight?
Yeah,
okay.
Westbrook's back tonight, but
they should be able to
they just need to play defense. Honestly, that's their. They can score with anybody, but they can't stop anybody.
We're gonna talk about that. I think they were the worst team in the league last year, defensive wise.
I think they're the worst still this year. They let up 130 to the Magic 2 back-to-back games, and it's the Magic, bro. You let Terrence Ross come off the bench and give you 25.
You let Markelle Fultz give you 26.
They had Markelle Fultz looking like Magic. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bradley Beal for MVP. That is what I'm going with. Bradley Beal.
Piggybacking off what he just said, it's only been a week, but I think Markelle Fultz could be the most improved player this year.
Wow.
Starting off 3-0 record for the Magic, shooting 49%, averaging 20.7 points per game so far. I know it's only been 3 games, but still that's a big improvement from what he's been.
Yeah.
And I mean, personally, I love that for him. Like, I love seeing him. Like, I mean, we saw what he went through in Philly, and like it just seems like he's finally found a home in Orlando. So I think it's really good for him. Also, if he doesn't, I think Colin Sexton will as well. I think he's playing just about the same. I know he's a top 10 scorer.
Top 10 scorer right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Averaging 27 points on 59% shooting.
And the Cavs are 3-0.
And I think his numbers aren't, like, his assists and rebound numbers aren't looking that great, but he's also making up for a lot of that on the scoring end of it. I mean, if he's going in, again, it was against Detroit on 45 minutes, but he's going in, putting up 15 shots. It's a lot better of an improvement of, like, shooting the ball while he's looking confident. So that's for me.
I think overall the Cavs are good right now.
Darius Garland.
Yeah, I was about to say Darius Garland is another good player.
Garland,
another bright spot for them. It's only been a week, but the Atlanta Hawks for the Eastern Conference Championship this year. So we got Trae Young right now. Let me go ahead and pull up his numbers. Trae Young, all right, his first 3 games, we got 37, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. We got 36, 9 assists, and then 3 rebounds, and then 29 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. And they're 3-0 right now. And Clint Capella's playing well. John Collins is playing well. It's a contract year for him, so I'm hoping that he's going to continue to play well. The only issue with them is probably Clint Capella's health. He doesn't really play that often, honestly. I think he just played his first regular season game for them the other night. It has been like a few months since he's been on the team. So that's a little weird. But the Hawks definitely, they got some good momentum going right now. And Trae Young is better than Steph Curry. Another hot take.
That's so great. That's a cold take, bro.
He will be. Not better right now. He will be.
Bro, I don't see... Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Trae Young. I'm really not.
Okay.
But Curry was doing this before Trae was. Trae's doing it younger, and he's like... He's developing a little bit faster than Curry did. Mm-hmm. But you got to think, Curry's a 2-time MVP.
Okay.
First unanimous MVP.
Right.
I think he has a scoring champion.
I don't think he does. No, he doesn't have a
scoring. If he's not, he was at least in the top 2 or 3 or 4.
He's in the top 2 or 3, yeah. He's been the top candidate.
But you got to think, like, without Curry, there's no Trae Young.
Now,
whatsoever.
That is very true. I will give you that.
That's
but I think that when I look at Steph Curry, I see him as more of a shooter that, like, when people play him heavy, like, he can become a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, his first thing is to be a scorer, though. So with Trae Young, he's primarily a playmaker. He's a playmaker that can shoot. So, like, I like that. He's just, I don't know. He's a better passer to me easily than Curry. I think that his playmaking and the way he can see the floor is different than probably any other point guard I've seen in a long time. I'm not saying he'll have a better career because, I mean, unanimous MVP, like, it's going to be hard to get one of those, especially at his height and with the team, where he's at and, like, where the team's going. I don't really see them being, like, a number 1, number 2 in the East really ever. So I don't think he'll get an MVP or anything like that. But I do think he'll be a better player at the end of their career. But I think Curry will have the better career for sure. Let's get on to the early season standouts. How you feeling about the early season standouts?
Early season standouts.
What we looking at?
Ooh. But I'll probably say Terry Rozier. Terry Rozier been playing great basketball. He's been doing some good things down in Charlotte. Yeah. The Hornets got a nice little mob. I know he's top 10 in scoring right now. He's averaging 27 points a game.
Really?
Yeah, Terry Rozier is averaging 27 points a game.
He had 42 points that first night, and then he had 19 and 19 back to back. So yeah, that's around 27.
And he dunked on KD.
And
he dunked on KD.
Oh, that was
crazy,
bro.
No, I said the Nets. The Hornets beat the Nets. Excuse me.
Yeah, and, Terry Rozier been playing good basketball. Also, my most improved candidate, Jaylen Brown. He's been playing great basketball too.
Yes.
So Terry Rozier and Jaylen Brown, those are two players they're playing great basketball to start this season.
There's someone I'm missing for most improved, and that's Christian Wood as well.
Christian Wood is also
playing very well.
He's averaging 27 too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that. But now he's playing really well, and I think he's a great matchup with Harden.
Mm-hmm. Early season standouts, we have the Nets already on our list. So how do you guys feel about Kyrie and KD over this past week? How they look to you guys?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
I guess that's really the simple way to put it.
They're playing a lot better together than I thought they would.
Yeah.
I mean, I know both of them have the caliber of an all-time great in the league, but like playing together, I didn't know how well they're going to mesh coming into the season. It was kind of like a worry for me, but seeing how they are playing is like you said, dangerous. I was not expecting them to come on a tear like that.
Right. So after Spencer Dinwiddie tore part of his ACL, do you think that hinders their success at all? Or
I feel like that does change things.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
Because if Karis LeVert has to start now, I don't know who they have coming off the bench. That's still going to add that firepower to their bench. Unless they bring like somebody like Jamal Crawford back. If they do that, then they're back to where they were already at. But
they still have Jeff Green. I don't know. They
don't have that playmaker.
Yeah, they just don't have that playmaker.
Yeah.
I felt real bad seeing Spencer Dinwiddie go down like that. Especially him having like coming off the years that he has been coming off of. I think he could have been like he's been a really, really good piece for the Nets.
This is contract year too.
Yeah, and then like you said, Karis LeVert not being on that bench anymore, they really don't have all that.
Unless they put somebody else in the starting line. Unless they start Jeff Green or something and then have Karis LeVert.
Which also isn't a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because Jeff Green, while he's older, I mean, he's been in the NBA for a while. He knows what to do in situations. He's a smart player, you know.
Exactly.
So that's why I was saying that the Nets have to have versatility.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they had, like, Harden go down in that situation, and it's just Kyrie and KD, and then they would have had no Karis LeVert.
No Dinwiddie, no Jared Allen.
Right. So now I like that they can definitely do different matchups and stuff. They can play around with that. I like that.
For sure.
Let's talk about some disappointments. Let's talk about PG and the Clippers losing by 51 the other night. PG just needs to be a leader for this team. It seems like they have no leader still. And even in the offseason where they needed to go get a leader, they still have their problem of not having a leader still.
He just makes excuses. I saw after the game, he was like, yeah, I mean, we were all celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
He was like,
what's the excuse? Everybody has celebrated Christmas.
Everybody celebrated Christmas. Literally.
Everybody said, yeah, we were in a hotel for Christmas, couldn't see our families.
That's no excuse.
So that means you can't go out and at least lose 20? By like at least less than 50?
He couldn't even drop 20 and then lost by 50.
Yeah, but they're also like... I think Paul George is really like he's really on the edge still of being like falling off with the NBA or still being a standout. But like the thing is for me, like, what do you want him to do? Like I understand he only came out and had 15. They only had 70 points?
Imagine if LeBron played and the Lakers lost by 50.
No. Even if LeBron imagine LeBron didn't play and Anthony Davis was still playing and they lost by 50.
Exactly. People would kill Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, like, it's really hard, like, to also be playing against, I think, for me, an MVP in Luka this season.
Top 5 player in the NBA for sure.
They didn't have any Porzingis. It was just Luka.
Yeah, no Porzingis either.
But they're still a good team without, honestly. Like, if you really look, like, Josh Richardson stepped up, had 25?
But the Clippers do have the better roster out of the two teams.
Yeah.
I agree.
And even if you're losing, they were losing by 50 in the first half, so it's not even like came back.
They couldn't even put up at least 50 points. It was 77 to 20.
It's not like they put out a harder effort when they came out of the halftime break. They was just like, let's continue to lose by 50. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like that And I don't know, that's just not like a championship team.
Yeah.
Really. Like you gotta have that pedigree to come out and be like, let's at least not lose by 50. Let's lose
Yeah,
by
I never
30.
heard of Kobe
Let's lose
losing
by
by
25.
50.
Like,
Yeah.
50? That's really
Yeah.
that was the most in NBA history by
Yeah.
halftime. The biggest
Wow.
deficit in NBA history, 51 points.
Wow.
Like that's got to change, really.
But he
Yeah.
also, I feel like with Paul George, he did make the excuse like, yeah, we played. I guess was like, so I didn't like that either. But he also said, I was like, yeah, that's my fault.
I kind of like both,
I don't see a lot of players doing that.
It seems like people
But
have
he
to come out and
always
say that.
Yeah, he
before-
always says, yeah, it's my fault, but then he has an excuse behind it. Like when Damian Lillard hit the shot, yeah, I should have played up, but that's a bad shot.
But that's a bad shot.
Right, like just play defense.
The PG is just a real soft spot in the NBA community right now. It seems like the easiest person to pick on right now, but
which sucks,
he
bro.
does definitely have to pick it up though, because
Yeah, he does.
you can't be losing by 50. Like it just shows Kawhi that why should I play here really? You know, it's like because without me,
That's a good
y'all are
point.
nothing really. So I
That's
mean,
a good
he's still
point.
he hasn't signed that contract extension. He
That's
can
a
still
good
leave
point.
after this year. So I mean, yeah, PG has to show something for Kawhi to stay. Next up in our disappointments, we got the Warriors. Let's talk about Kelly Oubre and Andrew Wiggins and their struggles.
Yeah.
So I think they were shooting like maybe 0 for 11. I saw some
It was
0 for 13.
crazy.
memes.
No,
I
it
saw a
was
lot of stuff
crazy.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
It's-
they started out bad.
It's hard to replace Clay. And then we have two people that are shooting that terribly. I feel like that's what's making the Warriors worse.
Right.
Because normally their offense is predicated around ball movement, pause, shooting threes, and just really that's their whole offense. So it's like if you can't hit the three ball, it's like what's going on?
And I'm gonna touch on something Steph was talking about. He was saying that they need to be able to find Curry better off the ball, and I agree because it seems like when Curry gives it up and they're like fronting him, trying to like stop him from getting the ball, deny him the ball or whatever. It seems like Kelly Oubre and them they want to take the next shot instead of trying to.
Yeah,
focus
Oubre
on
has to
trying to
make
get
some
other people
boneheaded
open.
plays.
Yeah,
I think
it's really about his shot
yeah.
selection. It's not really about his jump shot not really being there. It's a little bit of that too. But
it's
also
IQ
his
as well.
Shot selection, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's still trying to find his spot and like where he fits within this offense.
Mhm.
Because I think
Yeah.
going from
Yeah.
the Suns
It's completely
to
different
this
offense. I'll-
Warriors
Yeah.
team is a
Absolutely.
completely different offense. I think he's trying to find it. No excuse for shooting the way he is.
Yeah.
Same with Andrew Wiggins. I've never really been a big fan of Andrew Wiggins though.
I haven't either.
I think after his first 2 years, I kind of stopped paying attention to him just because I think he wasn't. I could just tell he wasn't going to develop the way he was supposed to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's no reason for them to be struggling against a team like the Bulls. I mean, they won, but off of Damian Lee
Off a Damian Lee
Prayer.
shot, like
Prayer.
yeah, and they,
Wow.
yeah, that,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
shouldn't even won
Yeah.
off
at
of
the
that.
buzzer. They shouldn't have to be like with the team that they
Yeah.
have. Like, yeah, they don't have Clay. They still have a pretty good team on paper, at least. Like, they shouldn't be struggling against
Yeah.
a Bulls team that hasn't done
I mean,
anything within.
I feel like if Oubre or Wiggins, either one of them could start knocking down shots, that'll help Curry out. But James Wiseman's been playing good.
yeah, he really has. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the way he's looking.
So
Talk about
some
ball.
players on the Warriors have been playing good. It's just they can't consistently knock down shots. Steph's the only person that scares me on the Warriors, and that's why I feel like their offense is
But
kind
what
of.
what I really want to see from Steph is like him be that high usage player that can just get a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we've seen
Yeah.
it from James Harden, and like even though James Harden hasn't had postseason success, we know he'll give you buckets when it's
Yeah.
time. Like even if there's nobody else on the court, he gonna be the one to do it.
Yeah.
So I want to see that from Curry. Really, I want to see if he can be that high usage guy that can average
Yeah.
like 29, like 30, like be around in there. So
I think he can.
I
Like,
wanna
I
see that.
definitely think he can because he's been close to those numbers.
we just haven't seen it though. That's,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to
I
say.
feel like
We haven't
it'll be
seen it
hard
by
because
himself.
there's no spacing. They're all offensive spacing. So
Yeah,
it's like when
facts.
they set the pick for Curry, they're just going to trap him automatically. They're like,
Right.
all right, if Oubre or Wiggins hits a three, I'll take that.
Right.
It's like Harrison Barnes in the 2016 finals. The Cavs are like, if he hits it, okay.
If he hits it, yeah.
Like, all right, we'll
Right.
lose that way. We're not going to
Yeah.
lose to Clay and Steph. So,
Yeah, I
That's-
think that's the toughest thing because I mean, like again with the Bulls, like, he had what 36, 39, I think. He
Yeah,
also
yeah,
had, I mean, he
yeah.
also had like I think Thomas Sadaransky guarding him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not
also,
really, it's
that's what I'm
not
saying.
it's
It's
not
still
that
a
tough.
Bulls team at the end of the day. So I want to see that from him throughout the rest of the season, just see if he can be able to carry the load for the Warriors. Because I mean, it's clearly obvious that Kelly Oubre and Wiggins aren't there right now. So.
yeah.
I think Wiggins got a big chip on his shoulder though, because I mean, right before the season, he put out that thing where I think it's every point that he scores, he's giving away $22 to some children's fund.
I saw that.
That's,
There's so many
that's
memes about
solid.
that right
Yeah.
now.
Which kind of- I mean-
well, he hasn't been scoring points.
Right.
Not really, bro.
They was calling him a cheapskate.
Someone I said,
This man scored 2 points.
someone said on Twitter, he was like, "Man, those kids aren't getting anything for Christmas." I think that is also a big motivation factor for him. So I mean, like, again, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I think like a lot of that backlash is like, all right, bet. Because I mean, he can score. Like it's not like he's like a bum or anything
It's
like
not
that.
that he can't score. It's just it's going to take some time for both of them to get acquainted with this new system
Right.
in the Warriors. Because I mean, nobody's really ever played with a shooter like Curry before, so
Mhm.
it's hard
Facts.
to like when they're trying to deny him the ball to just be like, let me still try and find a way to
Yeah.
get him the ball.
Right.
Instead
Has
of just-
Draymond played yet?
No, Draymond hasn't
He's
played
still
yet
out.
either.
Yeah.
And I think that when Draymond gets back, James Wiseman's play will get even better. honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That's what I
he has an extra person to push him on the
Yeah,
floor.
and even Draymond is starting to see like James Wiseman is nice. So
Yeah.
like when he's
Yeah.
on the floor, he'll be like, "Hey, let me get the ball to James Wiseman a few more times." So yeah, I
Yeah.
think that'll definitely up their play.
I think the team should really be focusing on. Like, I think the Warriors need to figure out that it's like they're not having another championship season. They
Right.
may not have another playoff season. So just develop at this point.
I kind of see that, but at the same time, that's why I think Curry needs to start turning it up because I don't think that he's okay with them not being a playoff.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But there's only so much he can do.
Right. That's
I mean, I
true.
feel like he might
But
be
I
able to
think
will
his-
them
that's
to
what I'm
a
saying. I think that his
playing
ceiling is
game.
that
He
if
can will
Russell
them to a
Westbrook
playing
can
game.
get the Thunder after KD left to the playoffs, I want to see Steph Curry do so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's a better talent and he should
Yeah.
be able to do that.
Yeah.
That's my point. That's gonna be this episode of the God Next podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you guys subscribe and all of that, and we'll be back
Keep
at you
wearing
next
your
time.
mask.
Have a
Stay
good
safe.
one. Peace.